My first video game was RuneScape, so playing that game was sort of my first RPG. Sort of just branched out from there, I just became a gamer.
Doom probably was my first real game that I really remember.
The first video game I played is Street Fighter.
StarCraft 1 or Diablo 2.
First video game I ever played was Diablo 2.
My dad played Diablo 2 and I remember watching him.
My favorite game, it wasn't my first, but my favorite game was Warcraft 3.
My game that I played the most in the beginning is probably Warcraft 3, and after that transitioned into Dota 2.
My first video game, I think, was probably Guild Wars, that I actually played a lot. It was probably the game I had most fun in and have like all these nostalgia thoughts about. Yeah.
The games I fell in love with when I was a kid was like Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike.
我第一个玩的游戏是反恐精英吧 ，CS。
我早期玩的比较久的游戏是 CS。
I think the first video game I'm playing is Counter-Strike.
In Russia it was Kazaki. Kazaki is like strategy game.
I think it was some Mario game from Nintendo.
And I came home and I was like, I saw my dad and my brother in the room and they were playing a game. I was like, whoa, we got a game, like we got a console game. It was Sega Genesis and it was with Sonic the Hedgehog. I think it was just called Sonic.
The first video game I've ever put a lot of time into was probably Super Mario 64.
I was so stoked. I was like, oh my god, I was just screaming. I was like a little girl.
It was Christmas. I got a brand new Nintendo 64 and I was the happiest kid alive.
I remember just playing that non-stop.
The first game I put a lot of time into was Call of Duty, but I never took that especially serious.
My first game I really play a lot is Dota.
But yeah, Dota is definitely the first game I've taken seriously.